Looking for a place to sit? Have a seat here then, plenty of room. Come on, sit. What, you too good to sit with a halfling? Then come on, take a load off. Get yourself comfortable. You look like you've been traveling far. That's it, well done. You can follow basic instructions. Just set your pack behind you there. You're thirsty, right? Didn't think you came in here just for the ambiance. No, relax. I'll get the barmaid. Stay off your feet now that you're sitting. There we go. She'll bring you something. They make a pretty fine ale here. Surprisingly good if you like that sort of thing. And I very much do. My name's Rory. What's yours? Nice to meet you. I definitely haven't seen you around here before. You just passing through? Lots of people just pass through. We get all kinds in here. But not me. This is my local. My watering hole, as it were. Oh yes, I live right nearby. Makes it easy to come on in, get comfy by the fire. It's a nice fire, right? Not too smoky. They do a good job keeping the air clear. Not every place does that, you know. Oh, some are downright impossible to breathe in. Between the smoke and the stench of the patrons. Some taverns aren't worth the timber they're built from. But this one is nice. We're very lucky. I'm here most nights. Drinking, playing games, making friends. Yep, it's a nice spot to get to know people. I work during the day, of course, but in the evenings, this is the place to be. Not much else to do. It's a small village. But back to you. What quest are you on that has you passing through our little space? It's fine. You don't need to talk about it. But if you do, I might be able to help. Remember, I know my way around this area. I probably know things you don't, even with whatever map you have. I'm always happy to help intrepid travelers. Oh, you'd be surprised what halflings can do. We might be small, but we can be clever, strong, creative. Me, I'm all those. And cute too, don't you think? Relax, I'm just teasing you. You look like you've come a long way. Just sit back and sip your ale. Take a minute to let the dust settle. That's a fine sword you have there. Dwarvish? They do good work, the dwarves. Not particularly fine or fancy work, but solid. I had a dwarvish dagger myself. Oh yes, used it to kill a sea monster once. That's a story for another time. We're not here to talk about me. But stick around long enough and get enough drink in me and I certainly will start talking about me. Let me hazard a guess. Judging from your sword, your gear, your light but fairly strong armor, you're on your way to fight the beast. Everyone knows about the beast. People come from all over to try their hand at slaying it. And they pass through here on the way. We're the last village on the way to the mountain pass, after all. We don't get too many fighters anymore, but for a while there was new somebody in here every week getting ready to make the attempt. They'd refill their supplies, polish up their armor, head out on a strong horse. That was always the last we'd see of that person. Shame, you know? Yeah, well, it's to be expected. It's the beast. And when people don't come back, eventually the interest dwindles. Adventurers want to go after targets they can actually kill. And the beast is not one of those. So it's been a while since the last person tried. And now here you are. It's a shame that this is our first and last conversation. I was just starting to like you. Look, I'm not trying to tear you down. I'm sure you're very strong, very smart, very agile. Whatever tricks you have up your sleeve, I'm sure you're the first person to think of them. But I still don't think you're going to be successful. You'd be a lot better off finding another monster to hunt. Something a little less invincible. Well, let me ask you this. Why fight the beast? Is it to save people? Can't really be that. The beast doesn't actively hunt all that much, and when it does, it seems to target livestock and brigands, which the loss of the livestock is a bit frustrating for us here, but the brigands we're happy to do without. A few cows here and there. Small price to pay for safe roads. So you wouldn't be saving anyone from the beast, not like that. And no one here has asked you to anyway. Have we, Westing? That's Westing. He's another local. He's a blacksmith, actually. You can sharpen that nice sword of yours before you leave. Westing, fancy sharpening a sword for another adventurer? Like I said, you won't find many locals who take issue with the beast, not in this day and age. Maybe a few hundred years ago, back when we sent our own adventurers out, but not today. It's like a strange symbiosis has been reached. An equilibrium, if you will. But that doesn't stop stories of the beast from traveling far and wide, which still brings people like you here. Not that I mind, I like meeting new people. You travelers keep things interesting. So if it's not to protect us, what's your motivation? Is it for practical reasons? Have you heard that the beast's blood can cure all diseases, or its hair can be used to make a blanket warmer than any other? All of that might be true, it might not be. But you'd have to be in pretty dire need to want to fight it for that. Are you in dire need? Do you have a true love somewhere who's dying of something incurable and you want the beast's blood to cure them? Well, are you the one who's dying? Is this one of those last-ditch efforts before you shuffle off this mortal coil? That might make a bit of sense, honestly. I can respect it. Didn't think so. You look hale and hearty. I like looking at you, frankly. Is that a bad thing? You're easy on the eyes. And you listen to me talk, so right there I'm half in love with you. Now then, if not for practical reasons, all that's left is glory, really. The glory of being the one to kill the beast. Maybe for some massive reward in some distant province. They send fighters like you, knowing you won't come back. Is that accurate? Except you really should go back. Or maybe go on other adventures. The mountain pass splits in a few different directions. There are so many adventures to be had. The road that leads to the beast means a very short adventure and a very abrupt end. Suit yourself, you do you. Just know that stronger, faster people than you have tried, and they failed. Oh, now do tell. What sort of edge do you think you have? Come on, spill it. We don't get much in the way of fun new things around here, especially not the sort of things that might turn the tide, upset the status quo. What is your ace in the hole, my friend? Is it magic? Do you have an artifact? What then? What's the big advantage that you're clearly so excited about? Ooh, a scroll. Let me read it then. I can read you now. Oh yes, I can read in several languages. Hand it over, let me see. Oh, it's a prophecy. Looks very old, this. Is it yours? Or did you take it from somewhere? So it's passed down through your family then. Fascinating. Let's see. It says that someone of your line will end the reign of the beast. And you think that's you. And you think the beast is our beast, the one and only. Well, it could be any beast, really. Could be a monster somewhere else. Are you sure it's this beast? So you're here to fulfill the prophecy and end its reign. Wait, is it a full moon? This says it has to be a full moon. Come on, let's go outside and check. I'm invested now. Yes, come on, bring your drink. Yep, there it is. Looks nearly full, so tomorrow'll be your chance, I guess. You really did time that right. Well done. Well, assuming all the rest of this is the way you interpret it anyway. Here, come over here with me. The air out here is nice, don't you think? Very cool. We can sit on this bench and talk. There we go, perfect. I got it, don't help me. Halflings are used to getting around on our own, I can handle it. Thank you. I respect you, the least you can do is respect me. Most people aren't what they seem, can't make assumptions. You do. I feel like you make a lot of assumptions. You assume that we want the beast dead, when really we don't care. Not enough to risk more lives. You assume that you have a special advantage because of some random scroll of paper written hundreds of years ago that could mean anything. And you assume that I'm weak because I'm small. Right, cute and small, but flattery will only get you so far. You have a lot to learn, traveler. I'm glad you're getting more comfortable, though. It's fine, we can go back inside any time. I just like being with you. Out here under the big sky, possibly your last night on Earth. Well, in that case, consider this. What do you think it means, end the beast's reign? I mean, the prophecy doesn't say slay the beast. It doesn't say kill or wound or maim. It says end the reign. Again, you're the one assuming that it means slay. It could just as easily mean that the beast chokes on one of your bones and passes out. That would end anyone's reign. I worry about you. I like you, and I like chatting with you, and I'd rather not see you dead. So I'm helping you by encouraging you to shed some of your preconceived notions. You have to think bigger, my friend. You have to broaden your view. There's so much out there that you don't understand, which is fine. A lot of people don't understand, but it's important to try, you know? To learn and grow and try. You're out here in the big world with a single mission, to slay the beast that you've heard so much about, probably since birth. Which reminds me, what does the beast look like? Do you even know? Will you know it when you see it? Or do you just plan to hack your way through anything bigger than a rabbit until you're sure you've killed it? I can imagine what the legends say. Large, angry, maybe with fur or scales, or both. Maybe wings so it can fly and hunt. Maybe it speaks, maybe it doesn't. What is it that you think you'll be facing? I've heard some of those descriptions. The tales get taller the further they travel. It's understandable. The beast is quite a legend, but you need to consider the reality. It might not be what you expect. It's possible. All the armor, all the swords in the world might not matter. After all, a lot of others have tried before you. Maybe might isn't the path of success, even against a beast. What did I say about assumptions? The beast has lived a long time. It's defended itself against all who tried to take it down. Maybe it's learned a thing or two itself along the way, you know? Maybe it's clever, not just strong. Maybe it doesn't rely on claws or teeth to win. Maybe it can change shape, appear as anything it wants to. A harmless bird, a pretty flower. It could certainly go undetected that way. Maybe it could even appear as a person, a farmer working the fields, a villager, someone harmless and friendly, perhaps even a halfling, the sort you might meet in a tavern. Don't move, sweetness. Stay exactly where you are. I'm not done talking to you yet. I'll be honest, you do interest me. I've enjoyed getting to know you. And that prophecy, very interesting indeed. You see, I was there when it was written. Oh yes, it's a bit of a novelty, one I never thought to see again. But here you are. How's that for an adventure? I'll tell you what you're not going to do. You're not going to do anything stupid, okay? Because you don't actually know what I'm capable of. And I don't actually want to kill you. At least not right now. Then I suggest we talk some more. You and me, we can talk. See if we can reach a middle ground that's acceptable. I'm not as foolish as you think. Remember, I've lived a very long time, and I've learned a lot. But I'm also tired, and I don't like that people far and wide still see me as some sort of monster, a beast to be slain. This is how rumors get started, you know? And some of them are rather hurtful. I've given a lot of thought to retiring, but I'm not entirely sure how to do it, especially with adventurers like you still coming from my head. So maybe we can talk about solutions, ways to end my reign in a less bloody fashion. Them? Some of them know. They don't care as long as I don't make trouble in the tavern. Others don't know, but they don't need to. I get a cow every so often, a brigand here and there, and they get almost perfect peace and quiet. Can't really argue with it, can you? Be still, my friend. I don't want to tear out your throat. How about this? Let's take a walk. We can talk, drink our ale, and be friends. And from there, we'll see what happens. But I warn you, don't try anything stupid. Keep that dwarvish blade where it is. Or I promise you, with all my heart, that your bones will litter the floor of the nearest cave. Do you understand me? Look into my eyes if you aren't sure whether I'm serious. There you go. Come on, sweetness, walk with me. We have a lot of things to talk about. Hey there, don't forget to leave a comment on this audio because I pin my favorite comment in all the newest audios. Also, shout out to Broken Rhyme. You're this audio's randomly selected Sweetness patron. Support me on Patreon if you want the chance to be shouted out next. The link is in the description, along with all of my other channels and all the ways you can support me. You are the reason I can keep this channel going, so thank you. And thanks for listening.